As we bow our heads in silence on Armistice Day for 2 minutes, we remember the sacrifice of the soldiers in World War I, reflecting on the supposed British ideals of peace and justice. But just down the road, away from Westminster, condemned by the very British establishment, there's a movement based on those same principles, one calling for a ceasefire to end the collective punishment and killing of Palestinians in Gaza. But is such a contradiction not obvious to the hearts and minds of everyday people? And do we really feel we've upheld the values of Armistice when our British leaders refuse to call for a ceasefire? Well, today I'm on the streets of London hoping to explore this paradox and more. Just tell me what the importance of Armistice Day is to you and what values does it represent?
It's remembering the First World War. That's solely what it's for. Yeah. Remembering the dead of the First World War.
Armistice Day and remembrance for me, it's remembering our war dead. It's remembering our ancestors. It's showing a debt of gratitude to those who died for us, made the sacrifice, their tomorrow for our today.
It's to celebrate peace. It's all the guys that have given their lives, have done that so that we can have peace. It's I think that brings about justice in our way of life that we have today. So yeah.
And nearby in London, somewhere else, there's another peace march, one calling for ceasefire.
I don't know whether I'd actually call it it may have started off as a peace march, but it's sort of morphosised into something else.
Now, obviously, I hear a lot from the pro-Palestinian supporters. They say, well, armistice means ceasefire, and we're in favour of ceasefire as well. And I'd say, absolutely, you have every right to protest that and to stand for peace. But I would also say our veterans, our war dead, only get one day a year, or at best a weekend. So let them have their day, let them have their weekend, where we can remember them.
And I guess from their perspective, if they're calling for like a ceasefire, it's kind of powerful to do it on a day which celebrates peace for British history, right?
Well, I think it is. But also this is a day that celebrates those who've gone before us, so they could perhaps not have done that today. I think it's.
So you don't think the two could just coexist?
No, I don't think so. No, it's very antagonistic. It's disrespectful.
I'm not sure if you've been following the headlines and the sort of like discourse around all of this.
I don't watch BBC.
You don't watch BBC? Why is that?
Because they just talk a load of rubbish.
So I guess generally then, by the political establishment, do you feel represented?
I'm represented by people that don't get any mainstream air. Well, GB News, they're sort of pretty good.
Oh yeah, so you like GB News?
I watch GB News and I watch YouTubers. I watch quite like Maya Tusi. I watch him. He seems to be sort of on the ground, and it's just good to get. It's a shame that we have to go to like YouTube to get the other side.
Again, I have nothing against the protests. I'm appalled, as many people are, at the atrocities that are happening in Gaza, at how it's basically being flattened. But to gain the sympathy of the public, you need to choose the right time, and this day is not the right day. It will get a lot of attention, but not all attention is good attention.
Our Home Secretary Suella Braverman said this week.
Yes, I like her. Yeah.
Oh, you like her?
I think she's the best one we got.
Okay.
I think she's the only conservative that speaks the way most of the people feel.
So she called the Palestinian march a hate march. Would you agree with that characterisation?
Well, is it hating Israeli?
I think her views actually represent most people. There's a real discourse in Britain. We're fed up with our customs being hijacked by everybody else. She is antagonistic, but I think she's coming up with the right things, to be honest. And I wouldn't want to see her taken off the job.
Would you want her to be Prime Minister?
I don't know. I think she's got some courage, whether you like her or not. She's standing up for herself and she's speaking out.
So I approached the guy in a very nice manner, and then he told me one thing. He told me to fuck off. In the depths of that Armistice Day, I'll be real, getting odd stares. Yeah, my cameraman's brown as well. It wasn't looking good for us. But it's just so interesting to see like how ingrained and entrenched these ideas of, Muslims are in their heads. People are pro-Palestine. We got into good conversations. Don't get twisted. But yeah, definitely just have to try and stay safe.
They want to whinge about all this fucking shit, yeah? Fuck off back to Palestine and fight them. Fuck off back home. Fuck off back home. No, mate. Fuck off back home. Fuck off back home. They want to march here. This is our country. Fuck off.
Right now, I am literally in front of the right-wing protest. My intuition is telling me they wouldn't want to be on camera to do an interview with me. I don't know why. It might be just the fact that they're saying they want their country back. No one's really made eye contact with me yet. But would it be? Ooh, blood clots. Blood clots. Blood clots. Yeah, that one there is mad. You see, the kind of sentiments that's coming out here is that they feel very betrayed by the police. The fact that they have a line here, because this is the British police. They're meant to support them. They're meant to protect them, right? These are English people.
You see happening here, mate?
Yeah, chat to me.
Is the English people rebelling against the system, cuz?
Yeah.
Because the system's fucked, mate. If it was the other way round, you wouldn't have all these old bill here,
Yeah.
with all the other protests happening and all that.
Yeah,
it's only when a British man comes out that the police come out to play
So where have you come from today?
Croydon.
Croydon. Oh, so
Yeah,
you're
Croydon.
from London.
Yeah, I'm from London, mate. Born and bred. Yeah.
And today, obviously, Armistice Day. What does that mean to you?
Armistice Day, it's a day where you pay your respects to the fallen soldiers of World War I and World War II,
Yeah,
or any war for that matter. People that gave their lives for freedom so we can walk on the ground that we can walk on.
Yeah.
Without all this other shit happening. England ain't England no more. Well, it certainly ain't Great Britain neither.
Fair enough. Well, you got his views there. Do you want to carry on? Do you want to just get in
I ain't
convo?
got much more to say apart from free England, mate.
All right.
Fuck all the free Palestine, mate. It's all about the UK, mate. Britain, Great Britain, make Britain great again.
People are riled up right now. Over there, they're chanting England till I die, England's supporting. Now I just feel like I've got to go towards these armistice people and ask them, do you condemn these far-right people? I'm questioning whether or not to go over there and just chat to them. I don't know if I should. Obviously, la ilaha illallah, that's what's ringing in my head right now. But we'll see. If I'm feeling brave, I might do it. We're making this video about everything that's happening today, and we just want to get like a variety of views.
Nah, mate,
Oh,
nah.
you don't want it?
The video. No. They want the video.
It's just a
That's
video.
going straight in the press, brother. You fucking mad.
No,
Go away,
I'm,
mate.
I'm,
Go
I'm,
away.
um,
Go away.
So I have my own TikTok in it.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah?
No cameras.
No, if you guys don't want to be in it, then we'll do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, whatever I say is going to get twisted. Turn that off.
It's off.
We all know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you're going to make us all racist.
Far right extremists. Fuck off.
No, but I just want to.
No, that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. Why are you going to not?
I ain't going to. For your own sake. Fuck off.
For your own sake. For your own sake. You can't say no. For your own sake. Fuck off.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that flopped. They didn't want to speak to me. I wonder why. I do wonder why. Is it because of the way I look? Is it because I'm press? It's probably both. The interesting thing about that group is the fact that they all function on like a herd mentality thing. So 2 people were willing to speak to us, and that was fine until the more aggressive people came and told us to literally fuck off, mate, fuck off, mate. I do wonder why they think they're misportrayed, because based off the way they act, it feels like it's impossible to have a conversation with these lot, I'll tell you that much. So now we're moving away from the Armistice Day march alongside those far-right hooligans who just showed up. It's feeling a lot more peaceful and a bit more serene. And I think that's a testament to the fact that I actually kind of feel safe now. Genuinely, in the moment, I was scared. The fact that a lot of them and what they were saying about Palestinians, Muslims, showed me 2 things. One, they don't really know much about what's going on. 2, as well, their media source and where they get their news from is so important. People are telling me they get things from GB News, YouTube, they don't trust the BBC anymore. And these are like veterans. These are people who've literally served as well, who you just assume has some sort of credibility. Bottom line is, we're heading over to Palestinian March now. We're going to see what the sentiments are like. And what ceasefire really means to the hearts of everyday people.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Thank you for being here. Thank you. It matters and you are powerful. You are the voice of the voiceless!
Just talk to me behind the meaning of that sign then.
Well, Armistice is about a ceasefire. It's about bringing peace.
Why do you think that like other English people, they feel like it's some sort of contradiction or hateful to be here, but also remember those who fought in World War I?
What's really, really important that people forget is the First World War was a war to end all wars. It was a nasty, nasty imperialistic war. Boys, children were conscripted and they walked into gunfire. And I think those people would be with us now. Their memories are with us now. And those people who think that they hold the memory of the First World War, they are wrong. And everybody who remembers it properly should be calling for a ceasefire right now, everybody.
I just did this sign just prior to coming out to the march, and I just wanted to represent what's going on in England today, which is a hypocrisy at all levels, especially when it comes to war. We went through 2 major world wars. Our ancestors, including members of my family, have fought in them, and yet here we are trying to ask for peace and ceasefire, but it's not happening. And so I put the poppy with the Palestinian flag because ultimately that's where we're at in England right now.
Yeah. Just explain to me this kind of the alternative, if you call it that, Jewish perspective on what's going on right now.
Well, I'm not sure it is an alternative Jewish perspective because the Jewish community is very, very diverse and has different and conflicting views. The people that claim to speak for us don't speak for us. We've had hundreds and hundreds of Jewish people here in a Jewish bloc, a coalition of different groups, but also a lot of individuals who want to see justice and peace and equality for Palestinians.
How well represented do you feel by the British political establishment? Do you feel represented at all even?
I think there's been a vacuum of real leadership on all sides.
They are gutless, they are useless, they are shameful, they are undemocratic, and they are the equivalent, I would say, of any of those global politicians, and they are allowing genocide to happen. And it's appalling to watch, it's really appalling to watch.
So who are you voting for in the next election?
I'm voting Green. I'm lucky enough to live in a city that has a Green councillor.
So Brighton, I'm assuming.
Brighton, yeah.
The British establishment, for example, Labour, Conservative, they are very pro-Israel. And as a result of that, they would purport that they represent Jewish voice to their best ability, right? They're not anti-Semitic, etc. So what do you just think about that? Do you feel represented by these mainstream political parties?
No, I mean, I think the parliamentary parties have been absolutely atrocious, and I think what they've done is to try and whip up conflict between us as a minority community here who need and want to act in solidarity with other minority communities here. And, there's been fascist activity on the streets here in London today.
I've experienced it.
Yeah, not on this march. On these marches, we've had nothing but friendship, comradeship, a warm welcome. I've had more conversations with people from different backgrounds, different countries, different religions and no religion at all on these Palestine marches over the last few weeks than I've had on any demonstrations in my life, and I'm an old hand at this.
Suella Braverman talking about hate marches. There's no hate going on here whatsoever. If anything, I was fearing for my damn life when I was back with Tommy Robinson and his goons. But now, bro, there's literally families here, kids here, so many people of all different walks of life, race, creeds. Yeah, this right here is nice to see people actually coming together for once in this country.
Suella Braverman has called this march a march of hate. This is a march of peace. All peace. She condemned us for marching on Remembrance Day. My father was a sergeant in the British Army throughout the Second World War. They fought for peace across the globe. If my father was alive today, he would be on this march with me.
Today is a day of paradox in London, where English silence is met with a passionate noise for the people of Palestine. But at the core of these two movements, the principle should be the same, caring for just peace and ending injustice in the world. But the sad reality is it seems that the privilege of compassion only extends to those who the Western world deems worthy. If there's one thing I learned today is never let your heart harden to the injustices of this world, because care and compassion should not be a privilege deemed to those who are worthy, but deemed to all of us because we are human.